Welcome back to WhoDat 242 with your boy Tim A. This is the mic check network. And usually you come to WhoDat to figure out who this person is. But exactly 8 years ago from this day, we didn't have a WhoDat. So if you want to know who he is, you gotta go watch this one. Today we're talking about the album. Detox is here. 8 years ago, we spoke about Permanent Muse that was released. That 8 years ago, we was on the Fry. I always laugh because we were shooting the interview, shout out to Sharad, and someone walked past. I think I cursed out the person, and Shadi was like tired laughing. We did a WhoDat on the Fry, and someone just walked past the interview, and I just stopped it. I cursed out. I Shadi was like, he could not catch. But SP Dread, he said, "Oh, your studios and the album is done. Let's finish this out."
Yes.
How does it feel?
I feel good. It's been a very long time. Like I was working on it, then I stopped working on it when COVID hit, and I just was sitting on like a bunch of songs and verses. Then when I finally decided to get the ball rolling again, I ended up having more delays. So trust me, this feels good to finally have it out, and then people like rock with it, getting feedback from it. So yeah,
I went back to your IG. It's about 4 dates. It was April 2024. I think like somewhere.
It was supposed to come out April, and then it was supposed to come out on my birthday. Like this year. We skipping some days, but it was supposed to come out on my birthday this year. But then I didn't forget. Like I was having some. I think like it was like minor things that I wanted changed in the mixes. In the mixes, like I came here just to say, cause who? And I have it on camera too. Like I'll probably do a vlog with it. Like I sat right there. I asked him to take out the original one that I said, and they said, let me do that over. And then
so it was your fault.
It wasn't my fault. Like like they're saying perfectionism.
Yeah.
Was like slow progress. And there was a few other things that I wanted to change. I said, no.
And they'll never be exactly perfect. And then you don't want another couple of years going by, and then the album just, and then again, you don't want dated lyrics.
No, some of these songs I wrote years ago. Something like Bob Part 2. Mm. I wrote that. I put that out last year, 2024. I wrote that when COVID hit. That's all. I had that like ages ago. Let me see. Some of these songs I had.
And I wanted to ask you about that because typically when you have people drop singles, they try to give a fresh project. But I like the fact that you basically have five songs with yours. The Permanent Muse, we have The Deep End, we have Bob Part 2, you've got Spare Life. Like those are songs that people rock to it, they really fuck to it, and you put it on the album.
Because I knew how I wasn't like when like I don't know how much like Biggie Law, but I remember when Diddy used to talk like it's weird talking about Diddy now. But I remember when Diddy like spoke about Big, and he always used to say the difference between like Big and Pac. Pac would always say like record. I have like throwaway verses and all that, but every song that I made, like I always like envisioned, like I had in my head how I wanted the album to flow. So and thankfully, like when people talk to me about the project, they like it feels.
It does. I will say, if I've heard of the music naturally, and it still fit in the sequencing of that.
Yeah, because that's how I started this album process. Like I always had like an idea of how I wanted it to sound. Some of the stuff I didn't do all the way to like how I had it in my head. I wanted to use more voice notes from like popular Bahamian stuff, like the way I did on Time.
I like when you said, yeah,
like on Time.
You don't believe you.
Yeah. On the original Return Flight, that's another thing that held up the process. I came here just so Kev, Kev could add some Jabats. Jabats, people saying we catch feelings, we don't catch feelings, we catch flights. Yeah. That was at the very beginning of Return Flight, but I like at the very last minute I decided to cut it, and I just left it off. But I wanted to use like different
to make it feel more like home.
Yes, exactly. I wanted to use different like voice notes and like popular like videos, like sound bites from those videos all throughout it. I didn't get to do all of them, but the ones that I put them on, I do feel like I was able to like bring people into Nassau, because I had a few people that obviously, well, more than a few people that aren't from here that heard it, and they said it felt like they liked how I added those like little things.
Make it seem like yeah.
Like make it seem like, yeah. So that was one of like my goals, to make it as like palatable and like digestible for people outside of here as possible, but at the same time make it as Nassau centric as possible without like doing
Screaming corny or going over the top.
yeah, doing like not doing all the way over the top with it.
Like I said, last time we had an interview was August 2017, that was just released, a Permanent Muse. So we can basically say the journey of this album has been from 2017 to now. Just talk to us about from Permanent Muse video to now.
When I did Permanent Muse video, funny thing is, remember how you just said the songs were dated? You said 2017. The thing is, I didn't even write that song in 2017. I wrote that in 2015. That was like, that song was very old. I wrote that but then when I remember when I put out my first project, I remember that was like the song that everyone was gravitated there. They gravitated towards it, and they said, I need to do something with that. But the thing is with that, the original one, I don't know if you remember, the original one didn't have that beat. It had something totally different. So I had to go to PC. Shout out to PC. He did the other half of the production on here along with K-Ray tracks. So I went to him and I asked him to do, I got my vocals from one of my old engineers, and I sent it to PC, and he said he'd be able to build the beat around your vocals. Build the beat around the vocals. So when he did that, I said, bro, like, and when he did that and I got it back, that's when the whole like idea to say, hey, I need to do like an album with this, because it came out way better than
exactly. It was the first time.
Yeah, way better than. So I said I'll start the whole album process, and that's when I recorded originally. My guy Miko, his setup, like he didn't have it anymore, so I didn't have anywhere to record. So what I did, he was like, bro, you could just get your own equipment, get your own setup, and you can shoot me the stuff that you record, now mix it. And I worked for a while to purchase like the MacBook and all the mics and all that like soundproofing stuff and all that. And when I got that, that's when I started like writing the album. Because what I used to do, what I still do sometimes, is like find beats on YouTube or find old popular songs, like the instrumentals, and I just write to those instrumentals, and then I do like demos or what I want, and I'd shoot it to the PC, and he would send them back. That's how I ended up with the original Bub and God Spare Life. That's how I ended up with those two. And obviously I put those two out in 2019. I felt like the real, like, okay, this is the real one. Yeah, that's when they started rolling it out. And so like that was mid to late 2019. I even did like, I don't know if you remember when we did like
the showcase, Smugglers, right?
Yes, we did a showcase, and then
that's why too, like God Spare Life is my favorite track, because like it just felt so heavy hearing that in Smugglers and what used to be Pirates and Region God.
Yeah, so we started things started ball rolling, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And when COVID hit,
I think the deep end dropped during COVID, right?
No, deep end dropped after COVID. The funny thing is, right before COVID hit is when I got the beat, because I wrote the song, and like I said, I used to send the stuff to PC. I wrote the deep end, I sent it to him, and he sent me back the beat, and this was like December 2019, and I said, okay, I'll write a few more songs before I record and get it like shipped out. And then as soon like around March, like literally
right before they shut down.
Right before I shut down, I got the beat for Return Flight. And when he sent me Return Flight, everything started shutting down, and then I was like, okay, this probably isn't gonna stay like this forever.
Little did we know.
So the lockdowns lasted for a while, and I stopped recording, like writing, like working on
life was happening.
Yeah, because like stuff was happening. So I had the album on hold for a while during that whole period, and then stuff started opening back up, and I said, okay, let me start getting the ball rolling again. And when I got the ball rolling again, I said I'll go with the deep end. I had 2 songs, but one of the songs was Return Flight, and I said I wasn't gonna use that for a single because that doesn't.
That's what I album got.
Yeah, I haven't got it. Doesn't sound like a single. So I said I'll do the deep end. But the thing is, there was a part at the end of the deep end where I had to sing. I'm not a singer. I did a little bit of singing on the album, but I'm not like a singer. So I had to reach out to Jamie to get Jamie to record some stuff for me. But the thing is, we were still like semi-lockdown.
Yeah,
we weren't
partial.
Yeah, we had the partial lockdown.
We had the curfew.
Yeah, so we had the curfew. So I had to go to Jamie's place because we couldn't like get a studio to record. So I still was doing the whole at-home recording thing. So I tried to do them at home, but every time I did it at home, I think we did it like twice. It just wasn't coming out how I wanted it in my head. And every mix that I got back, because I sent it to like a few people to do them, and they didn't do it how I wanted it to sound. So what ended up happening was I reached out to Jordan from OU Studios, and I asked if they were still like operating. He was like, of course. But the thing was, he was in Nassau.
Yeah, I think Jordan's don't be here.
Jordan, he said he was in Europe, and I was like, okay, cool. But like, who I have to speak with, and that's how I ended up making Kev. And since then, when that was like a March made never, we've been cranking out this album from that. And he's the one that we had to getting Jamie here was a fight because she's so busy. So when we finally got Jamie here, we laid her vocals. I still had to come back and do my own thing because my part was sounding weird in the mixes, and he wasn't really noticing because I don't know, probably because like it's my song. I'm like super like
toning,
super toning. I was like, I don't like how I sound, so I recorded it over again. And when we did the new vocal, when I laid the new vocals, I ended up falling in love with it. So we did that, and when I finally put out the song, that was at the time that was the best feedback I ever got.
Because typically it was different, because usually you was just doing the, like we talked about earlier with Jiddy, we just doing the rappity songs, so that's why, like, that's what Shai is doing for this bars. But that's the different way you getting a little, you get little melodious and things, so that's probably why it was a new thing they have from Ashley Dren.
Yeah, so when I put it out, that was like the best feedback I ever got at the time. And then I was like, okay, the ball rolling. Like, I got like newspaper features. People were reaching out, say, hey, you want to like do music, all this other stuff. And I started shooting content, because content
especially post-COVID, during the TikToks, the reels, like that became the thing. Because I remember one time, like I remember that same year in 2021, me and Miguel went to go cover up Kai Jones' game Halloween, and after that point, you were still doing 5 to 7 minutes logs. That was normal in horizontal.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, but we gotta do vert. And then he did that, and then like 2 trips after that, I actually like a 5th. We couldn't fathom just doing a 15 to 30-second video, but those to this day, I still like the best piece of content. So that's one thing I'd say COVID really changed the game in terms of content. You had to adjust, and I will say you learned from them. Like, you probably reluctantly you was pushing on your content of
that vertical content that became the thing. So after that, the ball was rolling, things were going. Like, I was working on the album, writing the songs, getting ready to release like 2 other songs, and then like some tragic shit happened, no, my homie passed away, Trav, and like during that little space of time where he passed away and like his funeral and all that, I like lost a bit of drive to like write and record stuff. So I like basically was on a break for a while. But then when I got back into like the swinging things, I came back. I think I dropped Senior Man raps because
that's probably other than God, so that's probably my favorite like rapping song. And it's so crazy, because that too was also like a year for me. I didn't really listen to senior raps as much when you dropped it. So like I was like, why I never heard it? Like I was by myself listening to it. I was like, I never really looked, like I had God Feel Life on my phone like repeatedly, but I never really listened to senior raps other like maybe the first time I dropped.
The thing about that song too, ironically, how we just spoke about like Trav passing away. That song, it was originally you know Al Ray, rest in peace to Al Ray. So when Al Ray was there, he was like, you gotta bar up on a song, you gotta drop Wolf Road flows, because yeah. You gotta drop. Well,
then you remember Wolf Road from Primary School.
Yeah, so I was gonna do, because that's what the original name for Senior Man Raps was, Wolf Road flows, but I decided to switch it to Senior Man Raps. That was because I literally only did that because of Ray. Yeah, so I said I was gonna do that for Ray, and then stuff happened with Trav. But then when they dropped Senior Man Raps, I went and dropped Bub Part 2, and that ended up getting like even like more love than the Deep End. It started getting as much love as the Deep End. And I feel like the original Bub, because a lot of people they love the original Bub.
I will say I actually like Bub better than Bub Part 2.
People love Bub, the first Bub, but I couldn't keep it because the sample that we had on that, it became like so common. I don't know, there's like, because you know TikTok became a thing. There was these like different variations of that same. I was like, wait, there's no way all these people have this same exact sample, and I like it was just bothering me. So I was like, no, I can't keep that. I gotta do the song over. And to me, Bob Part 2 ended up coming out like way better than the original one. But to me, because I feel like the songwriting on Bob Part 2 was a lot better because like
inspired, I guess.
I don't know what it is, but the like I said, I wrote that one during COVID. But like when I actually got the beat, I asked Kev, because it was only 2 verses, and then I asked Kev to add like extend the beat so I could do something, because on the first Bub, you know, like when I was like, you know, you get no Bub, you know, so these niggas like they know they get no Bub. I know, don't knock it, you don't say do I. It was a call and response thing. Like if I ever was to perform,
I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah. So I was like, I need, because the 2 verses, I will say I went crazy on the 2 verses, but I didn't have as much like
interaction,
like something like if I ever performed it, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't get as much like interaction from the crowd. I wouldn't be able to do like a call and response. So I asked Kev to extend the beat, because I wanted to do the whole Way Too Live, like I'm about the 305 thing where they say don't knock it, you don't cite the why. And when the first time I actually got to perform that, and I actually like did it, I was like, I felt like a genius because I
accomplished it.
Yeah, I accomplished that. Like this is exactly why I want to do it. But then after Bub Part, so now we have Bub Part 2, and I stopped like after Bub Part 2. That's when I decided I wasn't gonna release anything else. I was gonna make sure that
and you did say I go back to the caption, this is the last song I drop in, no matter what.
Yeah.
Before this album, and you go back on this page right now, on the Imperial page, it says right in the caption, no more songs after this before the album comes out.
And I say no more songs after that. Even though I could have dropped more songs from the album, like I listened and like.
Did it ever occur to you to drop some songs that wouldn't make the album?
No, a lot of the verses, some verses that I had just laying around, I started a series.
Right. So that's what they came from.
Mix, yeah. So like the very first rough mix that I did, that was for a song that I was planning to do with Trav. So I just took the verse and just added a bit more to it, and then just release it. Same thing with the second one. It was a verse for a song, another song. I just throw it out. So I have another one that I'm planning to release, well, 2 more that I'm planning to release, and they just like verses from like different things that I didn't use, and they just throwing them out there. Those ones are like, all of them are like rappy rap shit. They aren't like songs. So I just like getting rid of them. But I do have a few songs that I was gonna put on the album, but at the end, like I said, it didn't fit what I had made. It didn't fit what I had made, so it didn't fit the concept. So I just like said I'll just leave it. And I said to myself a few days ago, if I do, because obviously I'm trying to sell it, and I've been getting like sales, but I said like a physical. Yeah, the physical. If I do a deluxe or a physical, I'll probably record some of the songs that I was gonna put on it and put it on like the deluxe version, so people could feel like they have like something.
I can need a vinyls with this.
Yeah, I like people been hitting me up asking me if I doing vinyls, and I was like, dog, what y'all think this is, bro? I was like, bro, I'll try to do vinyls. I was like, what y'all think this?
So bro, if you like, I know that'd be like, I know it's expensive. You gotta be collectors like 25, like 50, like, you know, first come first serve. Like,
yeah, that's what I said I'll do. I'll probably do like a limited release of that, but I was like, oh, who y'all think I am?
And the album is very concise, 37 minutes, 11 songs. 2 of those songs are interludes in between the deep end. When did you record those?
The interludes, the interlude
with Cam.
That was literally the last thing that got recorded.
Because I heard, right, so I could picture Cam and Flamingos saying that, and like you were up on gal on Friday.
Yeah, so
it's around the.
That was like I said before that, like I wanted the album to sound like Nassau, and obviously everybody in here, y'all been out, and you know how the DJs talk on
Arizona.
on Arizona. So what I always had in my head was I was gonna get like a DJ to come and do their DJ talking
while you trying to talk to one guy in the club.
While they talking guy in the club, and then the second one
pissed me off because I love the beat and the flow. I was like, oh my god, this is the next song. I thought when I heard you start rapping on it, I thought it was a second a new song. I was like, this is like little size. I need a full version of that.
No, that one. The one with Cam, you mean it?
No, the one with West, so you go to West.
Oh, West, baby. That one, this haven't been in the process for so long now. The beat, that was like 2019. Adria, she did this song that she never released. She has it on YouTube. I like went and it was still like a showcase, and she performed it, and I asked her, hey, I'd be able to sample it. She's like, go ahead. And from then, I always, like I said, I had like how I wanted the album to sound in my head for a while. So I said, I keep in that sample that I had in my head, and I gotta use that for like an interlude. And I asked Kev to chop it up for me. I showed him like the different parts that I wanted for it, and I said don't make it too long, because like I said, it's supposed to just be like something short that leads into a different song. So
I probably like the song after was the Y. I think the song directly after is probably my favorite song on the album.
X and O.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's like my least favorite song.
Easy.
Because I like if you listen, because I know like how I originally wanted it to sound. Like it's so many different things that I did on there that I wanted to change. But Kev could attest to this. He messaged me like almost like that was like a couple of days before the album was supposed to come out. And he was like, let him know if there's anything else I want him to change in that, because that was like the last song that literally like the last song I got by. You know, I sent him back a message, was like, no bro, that's it. We can't hold up on this no more. This gotta come out. But there's so much stuff on it that I wanted changed, and every time I listen to it, like it's nagging me, but you ain't the only person that told me like that's their favorite. My dog X, shout out to X. He the first time he heard it, he's like, bro, this the one. He wants me to shoot a video for that, but that
I could see it. Yeah, shoot the beat switch.
Yeah, but that the beat switch and all that. But I was like, that isn't like the single one. That's an album. Yeah. That's an album cut. But I do plan to shoot something for it, but it won't be like the top priority, like something like timing, because people they gravitate to that one and then tell a call back.
And that's what I was saying. Yeah. Speaking of album cuts, like that's the last song, and for obvious reasons, it's a heavy song, but it also feels like the perfect way to end the album, and like you singing with the singer at the end just add to the gravity. Talking about writing.
That part that you just said, that you gotta shout out to Kev for that, because I originally only just wanted her to sing.
Because that just hearing you have to now, as the album ends, you singing before your little monologue at the end, it just adds a bit of brevity and weight.
Yeah, so
that's why he's produced. That's why that's who does, you know.
Yeah, produce you. Yeah, so because when I wrote the hook for Tony to sing, I obviously had to do like a reference, and he just kept. I did like the first time I heard it, and I was like, damn, because it hit me. I was like, damn, that came up. Like,
how tough was it to record?
It actually wasn't tough to record. It wasn't even like that tough to write. But I think like it wasn't until I listened to the album for the first time and I listened to the whole album out the first time I sit down, and then that came on. That's when it actually like hit me. I was like, damn, like my eyes started watering. I was like, damn, bro. You would think I didn't write the song, but it was,
because I was like, I knew the story in the second verse and the third verse, and the first verse, I was like, oh fuck, I did not know this.
Yeah, so it's like 2017, 2018, me and my old man reconnected because of my sister, who I reconnected with, also because of my old lady. She ended up finding my sister. But she always knew she was in Miami, and like through mutual like people, we ended up reconnecting because like it was like years and years and years now. So when we reconnected, she ended up like putting me and my old man like back together. We started getting cool, like but then right when like we got back together, we started reconciling. He got like diagnosed with cancer, and during all that, he would still like almost like every night he just like call me, we talk on the phone and all that. Then I go over, we chill up at my sister, we go see him. And during the whole period of cancer, like the whole period of like COVID, while the COVID hit, he's like the cancer just got like out of hand. Just got out of hand, and he ended up passing away during COVID, and everything was shut down. We couldn't even go over. We couldn't even like go over to the funeral. The only thing I could have done is like send money. Yeah. And I still remember that morning when my sister called me, like when like we got off the phone, because he's already like not doing good. And she called me from Miami. She called me from Miami, and she told me what happened. And we spoke for like a bit, and when we hung up the phone, like I was good all the two of them when she hung up the phone, just like break down in tears. But I was like, what the fuck? Because like I said, we reconnected. I didn't like expect to feel
exactly, because again, it's only had been about 2 or 3 years of all the end.
Yeah, so I didn't expect to feel like how but that hit me super hard.
And the thing is, like I said, I've known you almost 25 years, so I knew the story about your mom being married, but I didn't know that your dad passed. Like, so here, and so at first I didn't know who he was talking about. I thought you meant, I thought the third verse, who you talking first was the third verse, and then I was like, oh shit, this is heavy. And just before we get there, I've heard a lot of songs, tribute songs, reminiscent songs. I've never heard death be referenced this way. Like, tell a call about it. Like, where did it come from?
My first tape, I had a song called When She Calls, and it was about people like that I lost. It wasn't as like, it was basically, it was a callback to that, because it was the original song, When She Calls, it was about God being a woman, and like when she comes for me, I hope I be able to do like everything I did, like everything I wanted to do and all that. So on the first date, but what was dope about Tell a Callback, people that actually listen to the they yeah, I was like, oh yo, so y'all see, yeah, I was like, oh y'all remember, because somebody was like a few people, like because they always like When She Calls, and they were like, that is if they ask, because they came and asked me, hey, is Tell a Callback like a reference to When She Calls? And I was like, yes, it was. And you like y'all made my day, because I didn't think people would like put two and two together to realize like that's what I was talking about. But yeah, that's because you know, when people pass away, they always be like getting called home. So I was like, God calling you home, all that too.
Tell a Callback. When she called for you, tell her just give me some more time.
Yeah, just give me some more time.
So I really enjoyed the album. We've been friends for 8 years. Again, and I like when rapping albums are 40 minutes. I get to listen to it over and over and over and over again. And like I say, you cut the fat. You only had those songs to do just to beef it up. Like it was, the fat was going. It was a lean steak. Like you could digest it, you know. So let people where they can find your music and support you.
Social media, SBXTHEIMPERIAL. That's for the Instagram and Twitter. SBXIMPERIAL for TikTok. YouTube, you can just type in Imperial Mogul, or you can just type in my artist name, s.b.dread, and it'll pop up. That's where you can find me.
And you know what? I must say, Time Man, which you're going to be listening to on the next mic check, that's the one. You for that.
Yeah, we can do that mic check. Shout out to Miguel. You know what you're doing his thing.
So catch us at WhoDat and Tell a Callback.
Yeah, Tell a Callback, bro.